I'm just here so I won't get fined.
We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many of you want to eat a W tonight?
Watson runs up the middle. Gimpy or not, there he goes.
Carr out of the shotgun, looks left, throws a lob for Michael Crabtree. Caught it!
I'm not fucking going 7-9.
Jones inside the 40, inside the 30, inside the 20, to the 10-yard line. Taiwan Jones.
Pass is caught. Cooper, touchdown.
180! 580! 387!
This podcast was sponsored by Elevated Communications LLC, a company that manages Verizon wireless stores. Right now, go see them at 13513 University Boulevard, Sugar Land, Texas 77479 for great service that has you covered. Go right now and tell them 3EDIOTS podcast sent you, and you will get 10% off accessories.
Welcome back to the 3EDIOTS podcast, episode 9. This is going to be essentially our bonus episode for this weekend. We're also changing up how we put out our podcast since, before we did it like a whole podcast on Spotify. Then the plan was to split it up on YouTube. Now we're going to split it up on both Spotify and YouTube. So it'll actually be a lot easier.
4 days until the season starts.
4 days until the season starts.
Derek Carr's going to win his first game, right?
Definitely.
All right. So we'll talk about week 1 in basically part 2 of this episode. But for this episode, we're going to go through news and notes, and then we're going to talk about the AFC West, which is our final division review. And so first off, news and notes. There's not too much since, we did an episode on Friday. Players are being put on the practice squad. So remember, you can have 6 veterans on the practice squad now as well. Basically, as backups, you can bring in players from the practice squad if you have someone like that's on a COVID list or something like that. The Lions signed Adrian Peterson. He got cut by the football team, and the Lions signed him to a 1-year, $1.5 million deal, $1.05 million deal. The Titans, finally, the Clowney saga has ended. Titans signed Clowney to a 1-year, $12 million deal with a max value of 15 with incentives. So I think he still got less than what he would have gotten with the Browns.
100%. He waited too long. This is everything that happened is his own fault.
Yeah, he thought his value was going to go up, but it just went down.
Yeah, he even publicly announced that he's dropping his price.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. It was before it was that he wanted $20 million. He wanted to be paid 20 plus, and then he dropped down to 17.
I think he fired his agent too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel bad for the original agent because the original agent is what got him all those offers, right? And he got him the offer from the Browns. And then he fires him, and then he gets this offer with a new agent. That's some bullshit, man.
Literally, and then the freaking topic of him getting traded to the Dolphins came up.
Traded?
And yeah, from when he was on the Texans, last 2 seasons ago, or the season before last season.
Okay, what about it?
When all the holdout stuff was happening, they basically said that there was a room. They basically went we're gonna trade. The original trade for the Laramie Tunsil trade included Clowney in there. But Clowney just straight up refused to sign the franchise tag if they were going to trade him to the Dolphins.
I mean, I guess you can't blame a guy for being picky. But the Bills signed Tre'Davious White to a 4-year, $70 million contract extension, $55 million guaranteed. Max value is $82 million, which I assume is with roster bonuses and incentives. Reuben Foster is now on IR. He's going to miss the season. Deebo Samuel's back from his injury, so he could be playing week 1, so that's good for the 49ers wide receivers. The Chargers signed Keenan Allen to a 4-year extension worth $80 million, so he's now the second highest paid wide receiver. All right, and last thing, the Texans signed Deshaun Watson to a 4-year, $160 million extension. All right, but that's all I got for news and notes. Obviously, Deshaun Watson deserves his extension, right? Yeah, I'm sure Nakeem agrees.
Oh, 100%.
No.
So,
100%.
No.
What do you mean, no?
It's a joke.
Okay. I was about to say.
100%.
But he's still not a top 2 QB in the NFL.
Yes, he is.
Or top 3.
Yes, he is.
You're an idiot.
Top 3.
He's not top
3.
Top 2, maybe. Top 3, definitely.
He's not top 3.
I would say he's top 5, definitely.
You could say
top 5 is for sure. Top 3
5.
is definitely.
Actually, NFL made a rankings
two
list.
is-
They ranked Dak Prescott like higher than Deshaun Watson.
That's stupid.
That's the most retarded list I've ever heard.
I mean, he's better all kinds of ways.
He's just not. He's
He's
not though.
What about winning?
I mean, winning's not all in his.
Winning's not all. What? Oh
No, you didn't let me finish. You didn't.
Mod's the person that says I don't say
hold
anything
up.
stupid on the podcast.
No, you didn't let me finish. I said winning's not all his responsibility. Let me fucking finish my sentence.
Oh my god! All right, so
I didn't say winning's not all, you fucking retard.
Imad, shut up.
all right.
Even God wants you to shut up.
That was the ghost.
Oh, by the way,
he put an exclamation mark on that statement.
By the way, the room that we're shooting this podcast from is haunted. So yeah, there's that.
That's right. Okay, so
Oh yeah, we caught some stuff in our last podcast.
like we had left the thing running and we had left for a little bit and we did capture what I can only describe as an EVP. So
Something falling and then someone saying something, or a cat saying meow.
it was either a cat meow or like a very faint hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
And then a thud. Or no, it was a thud first, and then
yeah. We'll jump straight into the AFC West here. So you're doing the Chiefs first, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's go.
All right. So I don't think we need to talk much about this. The Chiefs are pretty much godly stacked on offense. I mean, they got Patrick Mahomes as quarterback. They got Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and Marcus Robinson as their three receivers.
No,
Mecole Hardman.
Mecole Hardman looks really
But,
good.
But yeah, but
He's a
their
really
wide receiver
good-looking
thing
black
is stacked. Then they have Travis Kelce, who was
Like-
possibly one of the top two tight ends in the NFL. Man, you can argue he was the best, but I mean, there's a lot of memes. But anyways, also they're
Wait, hold on. What?
Jamie Gillen?
Oh, what about him?
Oh, wait, not about it. But take a look at Mecole Hardman real quick.
you're gonna have him have an orgasm again, dude.
Am I? Because everyone who's plays for the Chiefs are all fucking retarded. He's fucking average. Like, what the fuck?
He's average?
I mean, I get.
Wow.
So yeah, on defense they have Chris Jones in the front, which is the big tubby.
The big tubby.
He said
Big tubby. He said.
Anyways, but and then their safeties they have freaking Tyrann Mathieu back there in the safety. But I will say this: the one Achilles heel I can see in the Chiefs' offense is their inside like guards on their offensive line. Their tackles are really good, but their guards are questionable, especially their left guard, I believe.
Kelechi Osemele.
Yeah, the one that he opted out and they brought in a new guy from
Yeah, the Chiefs guard. I forgot his name. What was it? Duvernay or something like that. Yeah.
And so basically, I think
The Chiefs guard that opted out.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the first guy.
attacking the Chiefs, like when you play the Chiefs, I mean,
But here's the thing, though.
the thing you should attack is definitely the interior of that line.
But
That's the weakest point.
Here's the thing, though. What's it called? Their offensive line doesn't need to be all that like great. Like you have Patrick Mahomes. Like he's a god.
But Patrick Mahomes, he's a great quarterback. He has a great arm and he's athletic. But he's not one of those elusive like Lamar Jackson, Sean Watson types. I mean, he can take a hit and but he's not like someone who will break tackles and like spin around and make like 5 people miss. And then throw the ball.
Yeah, God literally like there's thunder outside.
Name one time when he's broken literally 5 tackles.
Okay, hold up.
5 tackles.
You're taking a specific instance.
I'm just saying
that Deshaun Watson did.
No,
okay,
I'm saying look, Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson, hands down.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is he is not as elusive.
Okay, we're not talking about Deshaun Watson though.
I know that's
Patrick
what I'm trying to say
Mahomes.
though.
Patrick Mahomes.
Where did Deshaun Watson become a part of this conversation?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was saying as Lamar Jackson, he's not as elusive. So I'm saying he's athletic, but he's not someone who can like just completely droop.
How are you gonna make someone who rushed for 1,000 yards as a fucking quarterback and say he's not fucking elusive?
I'm not talking about Lamar Jackson, you fucking dumbass. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes.
He was talking about Lamar Jackson not being as elusive as.
No, I was talking about Patrick Mahomes, you fucking idiot.
He's still more elusive.
God, keep your voice down just a little bit. Please.
Anyways, but he is not as elusive as like these other quarterbacks.
It doesn't matter though because it maybe not, but still he's at that level where it just doesn't really matter.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't mean if you don't give him like if the interior
he's weak, good enough to
if you bring constant rush on him through the inside, right? Yeah, he won't break most of those. He'll throw the ball away, get the ball out.
Okay, hold on.
What I'm saying is, just because he's Patrick Mahomes, that doesn't mean he doesn't need an offensive line.
I'm not saying he doesn't need it. I'm saying that it's good enough to where he can use his talents to avoid tackles.
But
I know he's not as good as. Hold on.
What I was saying.
No, I let you talk shit ton.
Hold on.
Jesus.
What I was saying is that the only weak point in the Chiefs' offense is the interior of the offensive line. So that means if you're attacking the Chiefs, you attack through the inside. That's what I'm trying to say. But you didn't let me finish. You just started talking like a dumbass when I'm trying to talk.
No, yes, you said that, but you also said that Patrick Mahomes is not athletic enough to really...
No, I didn't say he's not athletic enough. I said he's not elusive.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. He's still good enough. He's not Patrick Mahomes, he's not Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson elusive, but he's still at least one of the top elusive quarterbacks in the league.
But
so it's not worth making that point.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
I'm just pointing out that there is a weakness in that freaking in that offense. In the offense, there is a weakness, and that weakness is the inside.
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Here's the thing.
What I'm trying to say is that if you think that the Chiefs' offense is completely godlike and can never be broken, that is not true because their inside is not as strong.
I get what you're saying. All right. My problem with what you said is that you make the flaw bigger by saying that somehow Patrick Mahomes will not be able to.
I never said that. Shut up. Rewind the fucking podcast. No, I never fucking said that. Hold up.
That's basically what you were implying by saying. I was not. Will you let me fucking talk? I let you finish your point. Right, okay. So you said that their offensive line is a weakness. I agree, right? But Patrick Mahomes, there was no reason for you to question his elusiveness. Okay? That's essentially what you did.
That's not what I did at all.
You said he's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Deshaun Watson. Which to a point, maybe he's not, but he's still up there with them.
Okay.
So
that's true. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to point out a weakness.
Shut up. You have already said that.
All right, then why are you putting words in my mouth?
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm trying to make you understand why your logic is
in my mouth.
No, I'm not.
You were putting words in my mouth, dude.
No, I'm literally not.
Yes, you are.
No, look, we'll move on, but Patrick Mahomes can deal with any weakness his offensive line has. Okay,
that's not fair to say. You can't. So basically, what you're trying to say is that even if their offensive line is complete garbage,
that's not what I said. Now who's putting words in my mouth?
Basically, what you said. You said any weakness that the offensive line has, Patrick
yes,
Mahomes
right now, any weakness that it has right now. Okay, the interior line, he can handle it.
I'm not saying that he can't beat it. I'm just pointing something out. I'm just trying to point. I'm doing a fair assessment of the team, and I am pointing out their weaknesses, just like I would point out any other team's weaknesses.
Okay, but you were.
I'm just saying.
But you're downplaying.
Is that I was pointing out a weakness? That's all I was doing.
But you're very severely downplaying Patrick Mahomes' ability.
I'm not severely downplaying.
Yes, you did.
I'm pointing out a fucking weakness.
No, you said.
I even said that Patrick Mahomes is a god tier quarterback. I literally said that.
And then
I am not downplaying it.
Right after you said that he is not Patrick Mahomes or just Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson. Yes, you did.
No. I said that after you told me that Patrick Mahomes can overcome the offensive lineman's weaknesses. That's when I said, but he's not one of those quarterbacks that can completely dodge a bunch of freaking people coming at him.
He absolutely can.
Where's the popcorn?
All right. Anyway, let's move on. Keep going.
Anyways, and then on their secondary, their cornerbacks are very questionable.
All I gotta add is their cornerbacks are very. Rashad Breeland suspended. And
they let go of Kendall Fuller, which is a pretty dumb thing to do.
They didn't have cap space.
Yeah, like they got.
But the freaking deal they signed with Patrick Mahomes, they made a bunch of cap space especially for the next few years.
Yeah, but that cap space allowed them to extend Travis Kelce, keep Chris Jones, and keep a lot of their other players. You know.
But I mean, you still need
a lot more of their more important
pieces. But Kendall
pieces.
Fuller was also their best cornerback. So I
mean. They had a Charvarius Ward who played pretty well till the end of the season.
Yeah,
but he was playing mostly slot.
Yeah,
so we'll have to see how he plays on the outside.
It's okay. They played without Kendall Fuller for years.
Rashad Breeland suspended for 4 games.
Or sorry, no, not Charvarius. Rashad Fenton. He played in the slot, so he's going to be playing.
Yeah. Tre'Davious Ward also played good though.
Tre'Davious Ward.
Charvarius
Ward.
Yeah.
What happened to Sharknado?
What?
There was a guy named Sharkendrick West on their team as a running back.
Charkandrick West, I loved him, bro. He was on my Madden 16
Where is
team.
he?
He was a 92 overall running back.
Where is he?
I know he was on the Raiders for a bit. I'm pretty
Was
sure.
he? No, he wasn't.
Nah, he
was on the Chiefs.
He was on another team. Charkandrick West was freaking amazing.
Sharkendrick West.
I think he's still in the NFL.
Former football running back.
Former. Oh, he
was
went on
with
to
the
the
Chiefs.
Jets, then went back to the Chiefs, then
Colts
ended
and
as a
retirement.
Colt.
He retired last year, December.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Damn. He had a pretty good. Why was there a 92 overall card of him in Madden 16?
I have no fucking idea. He didn't do much throughout it. I know I had him too once, and he was fast as fuck.
He was so fast. Holy crap.
All right, but moving on. You want to add anything about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs are
Oh, they got
really
Alex Okafor too, so that's a big.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Chiefs are really good.
Really, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
fun fact: the Chiefs' second tight end, Ricky Seals-Jones, his dad actually comes to my dad's store in Sealy.
Ricky Seals-Jones' dad comes to your dad's store?
Yeah. So I've talked to Ricky Seals-Jones' dad a little bit. He gets a coffee every morning.
He must be rich.
What's $1 coffee?
I mean, I'm not talking about the coffee. I'm talking about his son being a fucking NFL player.
That's true. He got drafted by the Cardinals. They signed him. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so hey, if Ricky, if you're listening to this, your dad says hi. I think.
I think we don't know.
I haven't been to my dad's store in a while.
We don't know about your family.
But yeah, they lost Reggie Ragland, Anthony Hitchens there. Their second round rookie Willie Gay.
Yeah, I like Willie Gay.
Willie Gay's pretty cool. Okay, anything else? But you forgot to mention Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the running back.
Oh,
He's gonna do good.
Oh, he's gonna do good.
Very good.
just like Lynn Bowden Jr.
All right, you're doing the Broncos, right?
Yeah,
All right, cool. Let's go.
they are a very good team.
Oh, are they? They're a really good team.
No.
They got
Every team in this
players.
division, every team in this division is really good.
There's a questionable one in there.
The Chargers,
No,
the Raiders.
maybe yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder why.
We'll talk about it.
Okay, but
No, like legitimately.
okay, yeah, I like Drew Lock. I like the games he put on, but like I feel like everyone's overhyping him, expecting too much out of him.
See, ever since they got him on like video, like fucking singing that song on
Yeah.
the sideline, everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, bro, this dude's a badass."
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Oh yeah, but then they got Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay, nice two running backs to complement each other. Their wide receiver core is really young but really good. Like Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, and
CeeDee Lamb.
not
CeeDee Lamb. Who's the other guy?
No, it's the other receiver from Alabama. What's his name? With Henry Ruggs, he was. It was the other receiver that played.
Jerry
with-
Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy.
That's
Yeah,
it,
that was their first. That's a really nice trio of wide receivers. Plus Noah Fant, really good O line.
The one cool thing I didn't like about the Broncos is that they released Todd Davis.
Oh yeah, he was a mediocre linebacker. He was an above average.
I mean, he was the best linebacker they had, though, right?
No, they have another running back.
Justin Simmons.
Justin Simmons is a safety.
But he played in like linebacker.
No.
Josie. They got
No, they had someone else. I can't. Who?
Josie. They got Josie Jewell and AJ Johnson.
Yeah.
yeah.
Todd Davis
Inside
is the
linebackers.
best.
Wait, who are their outside linebackers?
Outside linebackers. This is where it gets interesting. They got Bradley Chubb. And they got Von Miller.
And what about second strings? Because I know they have another running back.
Malik Reed and Jeremy Atachu.
Oh yeah, I think Achachu can play middle linebacker, but yeah, secondary's nice. I mean, they traded for AJ Boye. The Jags embraced the tank. Maybe
Shelby Harris is pretty good. I like Shelby Harris.
their entire team's like really well rounded, but I think a little too young to make a playoff run.
That's young. Wait till you see the Raiders.
I mean, the Raiders I like more. They have more veteran players like Derek Carr,
Who else?
right? Like Jason Wynn. They have the perfect balance. Like this team doesn't have the balance of veteran.
What's his name? Rodney Hudson, right?
Rodney Hudson. The O line's very.
We'll get to the Raiders. We're talking about the Broncos.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just think this team's like overall way too young. Like I know there are some veterans here and there, like Von Miller, AJ Boye, and stuff, but it's too young everywhere. Kareem Jackson's really good too.
I miss Kareem Jackson.
Everyone misses Kareem Jackson.
Dude was a baller. Dude, not only was he good, but like even in the locker room, like he was like they had this thing.
He
called
played
Jack TV.
Yeah,
which is like really.
Kareem Jackson played cornerback whenever he played for Houston, right?
Yeah,
he was really good at a corner too.
Whenever he did play safety, he would like do really good. But I don't know why Romer Cornell would never put him.
Well, but that's because you had Jonathan Joseph, who was too old, and you had no one else.
Jonathan Joseph's actually on Titans now, which is
they should move Jonathan Joseph to safety.
Why don't they? Like,
why are you asking me, dog?
Because you're a Texans fan. Like, send Billy B. Like,
wait. Why did they never?
He's on the Texans though. He's on the Titans.
Wait, why did the Texans never try him at safety though? Like, try moving one of the younger, more faster players.
Dude, like literally, I'm telling you, they just botched the defense. I
like Romeo Cornell though. Romeo Cornell's really good.
He's a really good, but the thing is that at one point, the game just passes you, and I feel like that happens with him. We'll see what the new.
All right,
I
think I'm done with the Broncos.
All right, I just gotta say his name, Dalton Reisner. He's a really good guard.
Oh yeah, Dalton Risner.
Is it Reisner?
Yeah. Oh, their O-line's really young too. They're just all really young in general.
Yeah.
All right, time to talk about the Chargers, and we'll save the best for last, won't we?
Yeah, sure. All right, so we got so Tyrod Taylor was named starter over Justin Herbert, which is a pretty good move for them. What's his face gone? He's on the Broncos. We just said his name. He's on the Broncos now. Melvin Gordon's gone. They got Austin Eckler starting.
Austin Eckler played really good.
Honestly, their offense got worse when they went back to Melvin
I was
Gordon.
really mad whenever they decided to bench Austin Eckler out of nowhere. I'm like Melvin Ingram might have been good a year or two, but he doesn't know your playbook anymore. He's like hasn't played for a long time. He's still in his off-season mode.
Austin Eckler is actually on my fantasy team, so
he's probably going to do really good. Like if you look at his last year's first few games that I actually started before Melvin Ingram was like, oh, I'm going to stop bitching.
He tore us up.
Yeah.
He tore the Texans.
Dude, it's so annoying though. Like, it's still last year bothers me. It's like Melvin Ingram bitched about not getting a contract extension, didn't get the extension, and then he's like, it's whatever. I'll just come back and play.
And then they put him over a really
good
NFL coaches.
You know what they say? You know what they say? You got to go with a hot hand.
Exactly. Yeah.
He had the hot hand. Why wouldn't they just go with a hot hand?
I think Anthony Lynn was just. I don't know.
You know what it was though, right?
What he was doing was he was trying to please Melvin Gordon so that he can try to re-sign him.
Yeah, but why do you need Melvin Gordon if Austin Eckler plays insane?
And Melvin Gordon, the only reason he came back was
because Austin Eckler was playing insane and he knew he wasn't going to get the money that he wanted.
So so he came back trying to get something going. I guess I don't know.
I know, but there's no reason.
They thought the Chargers thought they were going to get desperate and need Melvin Gordon.
The thing is, I feel like the reason they put Melvin Gordon above Austin Eckler is because they're like, maybe Austin Eckler, if he doesn't have a repeat season, we can still have Melvin Gordon as a starter.
But
as kind of like a safety blanket, but it failed miserably in their face because they don't have Melvin Gordon.
And they missed playoffs. Phillip Rivers' mojo just got off. Then
they had this road gone with Austin Eckler. I feel like the whole
they could have even made playoffs again. Remember the year before last year? The year before last year,
weren't they?
They were probably this year. This last season? No, they weren't close.
Oh,
okay, yeah, but the year before last year. They made the playoffs, and Phillip Rivers had a really good year.
I think that year they went to the
AFC Championship game.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait, when?
The year before last year.
Like that one year when the Chargers had that.
What? So what? 2018?
Yeah,
2018 or 2017.
2018.
Yeah, they went 12-4, won wild cards.
They did really good.
They lost to the divisional round against the Patriots.
Oh, right. But everyone thought that was going to be Phillip Rivers' year to win.
Yeah, everyone thought that would be a Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
I feel like Phillip Rivers is also going to be that one quarterback.
I feel like Phillip Rivers, I think he's embraced the game managing role in Indianapolis.
I think what's going to happen is, I hope it doesn't, honestly, even though he's on the Colts, because I always think that good quarterbacks deserve at least one ring.
Yeah.
But I
one of my favorite questions to ask.
End this season
one of my favorite questions to ask is, which quarterback would you rather have? Phillip Rivers, who had a better career, or Eli Manning, who had those 2 Super Bowl rings?
As a fan,
as a GM, you are drafting on that day, but you know how both their careers are gonna. Okay, you don't know how both their careers are gonna hang.
That's tough because Eli Manning, you could talk it was also circumstance, right?
But so Eli Manning had a good team around him,
right?
And remember, Phillip Rivers never had a good team until recently.
So are you basing this on this question on the fact of the player with the same team around him, or
Like if you were to put the same team around both these players,
so
right?
like if we take the Chiefs offense, right?
Yeah.
And we use that and we put in Phillip Rivers or Eli
Yeah.
Manning.
Okay, something we know right now, okay? Something we know right now as of this moment, Eli Manning's retired. Phillip Rivers is still playing. He could still win a ring or two and tie Eli Manning. So would you rather take longevity and better career, or would you rather take Eli Manning's 2 rings but shorter career?
Definitely the 2 rings.
2 rings.
Definitely.
For sure.
100%.
But if we're looking at like putting both the quarterbacks behind like the offensive Chiefs offense, and I like the Chiefs offense, if you have a choice of Eli Manning or
like,
Phillip Rivers,
I would take Phillip
no
Rivers.
rings in there, I'd put Phillip Rivers.
I would put Phillip Rivers too. He plays more balls to the walls and
Yeah,
like
he's more of a
you need more of a risk taker to play against the Chiefs and Eli Manning.
against the Chiefs, with the Chiefs.
Oh, with the Chiefs?
Oh, really?
I'm saying that
You definitely need a risk taker to play against the Chiefs.
Yeah, you do.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I think Derek Carr's a really good risk taker.
Whoa. Let's let the guest of honor talk about the Raiders.
Yeah,
Wait, we're not done with the Chargers. All right.
He was, you know, what he was. He's like, really, you need a you need a risk taker to beat the
So look,
Chiefs.
okay.
Is Derek Carr not a risk taker?
We're
what
talking
you're
about
trying
the
to say?
Chargers. Let's get back to the Chargers.
wait.
We're going to talk about the Raiders in a second.
I know the Raiders are risk takers and all, but like, you remember that time the Jaguars went to Oakland
Shut the
and
fuck
then
up.
beat the Raiders at their
On
last
their last
on their last,
game.
and Zane flew all the way from here to Oakland to watch the game,
And he was so excited.
and they lost to the
Lost
Jaguars.
to the Jaguars.
The Jaguars?
A 6th string quarterback.
I'm
or
going
a
to say
sixth
that trip
round
was
quarterback.
not a waste because I got to see. I went back to to the place I grew up. I got to meet my old 3rd grade teacher. Shout out to Miss Greider. All right, she was a fucking boss. And yeah, so it was. Not
And
a
you
waste.
lost the game.
And you lost to the
Last
Jags.
game in
It does not
Oakland.
matter. It does not
Last
matter.
game
It does
in
not matter.
Oakland.
It does not matter. I got to meet my
It's
third
the
favorite
last
teacher in the
game,
world.
dude.
And
Last
History
game
was
in
being
Oakland.
okay.
Oh, by the
They
way,
beat
you know,
us.
statistically, Derek Carr had the best year of his career last year. Not even statistically.
We're not talking about the Raiders right now. Let's finish with the Chiefs, please. For the love of God. Or Chargers. Let's finish with the
He
Chargers.
doesn't even know.
Please. Let's finish with the Chargers.
We've thrown them off so badly.
Please. Okay.
He's gonna
So,
kill us.
obviously, they still have Hunter Henry.
We're not gonna
He's a
survive
pretty
the
good tight
car
end.
ride to KD.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, we're also gonna be ghosts in this room.
Bro, I
Yeah,
really,
he's like, fuck. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets possessed by the ghost in this weak state of mind right now.
all right.
all right, continue.
All right. So they still have Hunter Henry.
Raiders
He's a
are
really
awesome.
good tight end. I'm sure you guys have heard of him.
Yeah.
Their offensive line can be a little bit questionable, though. But it's tired.
I like Forrest Lamp's name.
Forrest Lamb, he's
that's-
not starting anymore.
I just like his name. That's all.
Yeah. Run, Forrest.
Run for
Forrest, run.
run, Forrest, run.
Their defense, though, okay. Nasir or no, not Nasir Adderley. The who got injured? What was his name? Derwin James got injured again. So that's shitty as fuck. But they have Kenneth Murray, their first round pick, right? Kenneth Murray's their first round pick, right? I'm pretty sure he is. I'm very sure he is.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Because I think I wanted the Raiders to draft him. So draft in the first round. Yep.
Aren't the Raiders to draft Patrick Queen?
I did too. We needed a middle linebacker, but then we signed what's his face, Corey Littleton.
And Nick Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski.
Like African names and European names are the worst.
What are you trying to say?
Are you being a racist?
Are you being racist?
I said African
What's wrong
names.
with you?
Okay, Igman
What is
Ohogany
wrong
and then
with you?
Kwiatkowski. Like what?
What are you trying to say?
Ignahogi.
All right,
Ignahogi.
bro.
No, you're saying it wrong.
Ignahogi.
This is their like culture, man. How are you gonna make fun of somebody's culture like that? What's wrong with you?
What's that? Naquab
Naqueb
Moment?
It's
I don't
Naku
get
and
mad when
Faku.
someone says my name wrong. I correct them and
Hi,
they go like,
Naquib.
"Oh, I apologize."
Hi, Naquib.
It's pronounced Nakib.
Naquib.
All right.
Naquib.
Can we please finish with the
Naquib. Naquib. I don't
man.
care how someone pronounces my
man.
name. Naquib.
I don't really care either.
His name's Naquib, right? Yeah.
I've heard it so many times it doesn't bother me.
I remember you getting really bothered in the car on Friday. Remember that, Zane? He got really bothered whenever I called him Naquib. Oh, hi, Napkin.
You know that, right?
No.
You might have to. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll tell you afterwards.
Yes, thank God. All right. So their defense, they still have Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa is an absolute baller.
Gay. What? Oh, baller.
Melvin Ingram.
Ma, do you know something we don't?
Oh, yeah. I know Zane's gay for Jamie
3 Idiots
Gillian.
podcast. Exclusive. Joey Bosa's gay.
Yeah.
Don't quote us on that.
Actually, you know, look. He DM'd me and asked me to.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I swear it's right there.
Yeah.
He DM'd. He's trying to hit up him on.
Yeah, look.
He's
Bro,
He's trying
that's
to hit
awesome,
me up.
dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Jimmy is trying to hit up
Jamie.
Jamie is trying to hit up Zane.
Oh, we need to put the
No, Zane's trying to hit up Jamie for sure.
All right.
Hey, Jamie, you want to come sponsor us? We love you here. We will literally have a poster on this wall for you.
Zane will literally suck your dick.
Yes.
Yeah. Every day, right before the podcast, it would be 3 Idiots podcast, and like on the side, it's gonna be a picture of Jamie Gillen. He's gonna be a part of our logo.
He'll be our mascot.
Zane will literally suck your hammer.
Oh my god.
Your Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer.
All right.
Suck your
Please.
Thor's hammer.
Jesus, what the fuck is it about the Chargers that's taking us so long to get through this?
It's because the Raiders are next.
I know, right?
You guys want to get to it faster
But
though.
no, you want this to delay. I know you do.
No, I just
Okay,
want to.
continue.
All right.
But Derek Carr's a really balls to the walls quarterback.
Oh,
We'll get to it.
how excited he is! He's so excited.
All right.
He wants to get done with the Chargers so fast so he can talk about it.
Okay, continue. I don't want to let him continue with satisfaction. I want him to forcefully continue it.
All right. So they still have Chris Harris, Casey
He
Hayward
thought
as
he
the
was
top.
gonna get it that easy.
Please let me talk. God damn. So obviously they lost Derwin James, but their secondary is still pretty strong. They have Chris Harris, Casey Hayward, Desmond King, the top three. It's still pretty good. Would you fucking stop? All right. But they got.
You know what they don't have? Derek Carr.
They have Nasir Adderley, and he'll be able to help fill in, but the second safety spot is still questionable. All right. Do you guys have anything to add about the Chargers?
I'm ready for the
I'm
Raiders.
ready for the Raiders.
All right.
Okay, let's talk about their quarterback first.
So, Derek Carr, all right? He's had his issues not with him, as far as shit around him, okay? He's had how many coaches now? He had the first year, Dennis Allen. After that, Dennis Allen got fired. He had an interim head coach. He had Jack Del Rio. And then he had, within Jack Del Rio, he had two offensive coordinators. The first two were, I forgot his fucking name, the old dude that looks like he has fucking, I don't know, gangrene or something. And then the second guy, I forgot his name too. He was garbage. So he's had two offensive coordinators under Jack Del Rio, and now he's under John Gruden, whose offensive system is extremely complicated, okay? Now, here's how John Gruden's offense, he's a West Coast offense, right? But the thing is, every single thing he does, he has an alternative, right? Based on what he sees. So it puts a lot of responsibility on the quarterback. Derek Carr has been able to handle that responsibility pre-snap, okay? He has made all the things that he needs to do. He does everything he needs to do pre-snap, and he is extremely good at that. Dude is hella smart, and he works really hard in learning the playbook. He's been in it 3 years now, so he is proficient in it. So Derek Carr hasn't had all the things he needs around him to succeed. I don't think he has ever had a good defense. 2016 was the closest he got, was because Khalil Mack was there, and the Raiders defense, while it sucked, it was still producing turnovers.
And Amari Cooper was there.
And yeah, he had Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree. Now, there's a good argument that you can make that Derek Carr made those two, including Seth Roberts. Okay, Amari Cooper obviously having success with the Cowboys, but Seth Roberts, I think he's about to be released, or at least like they're trying to trade him or something. And then you got Michael Crabtree, who's out of the league right now, right?
I mean, yeah, but he just finished playing with the Raiders.
Who was the tight end during that time in 2016?
Michael Rivera is his name.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Derek Carr, obviously, he hasn't had the help around him that he needs. Now, the one time that he did have success in 2016, he now has pretty much the whole thing with him now. Like, basically, the big thing was he's been in the same system, right? It's his third year in the system under John Gruden. So he is completely familiar with it. Now, last year was a big thing. They went into the season with Tyrell Williams, all right? And they were supposed to have Antonio Brown. The offense was initially designed, once we got Antonio Brown, the whole thing was supposed to be around Antonio Brown. But once he, flipped out or whatever the fuck happened.
Became psychotic.
Yeah. Obviously, we didn't have that playmaker, so we had to rely on Tyrell Williams, J.J. Nelson, and there was another guy. Now, we cut 2 of those people at 5 games into the season? So you had Tyrell Williams, which he had experience with and actually had training camp with. We traded for Zay Jones, so there was no chemistry there. We had Hunter Renfrow. Obviously, he came along last season. So Derek Carr hasn't had everything perfect for him. Now, an argument can be made that I hope that you guys will make right now.
Hey, what do you like about Derek Carr?
I just told you what I like about Derek Carr.
No,
he is fucking amazing pre-snap. He works really hard and knows the playbook, and it's a very difficult playbook.
Okay, so he has had his issues with being smart after snap
and being more of a risk taker.
He has made some very questionable choices.
Doesn't take deep pass chances.
And he did throw away the ball on 4th down when he went for it 3 times. So he's not the perfect quarterback.
And he lost the last game in Oakland.
And I will say this.
What?
That last game in Oakland was not Derek Carr's fault. Derek Carr won us that game, but the refs fucked us.
And also he does have his issues, and he is a little bit jumpy in the pocket, and is very he's not as poised as a bunch of other quarterbacks would be. But this could also be said 100% that he has not had the weapons around him to make him a successful quarterback. His best receiver, who was Tyrell Adams, right? Williams, sorry, my bad. Tyrell Williams, who got injured last season and is also injured this season.
Yeah, he's officially on IR.
Even though he was playing to play through.
And even when he had him, Tyrell Williams is a number 3 best number 3. Number 3 best number 2.
He was number 2 for the Chargers.
He was really good at number 2.
Okay. So he's number 2. He's a good number 2 receiver, but he is not that number 1 overall receiver.
Exactly.
And so Derek Carr did not always have the pieces, and then when he did have the pieces around him to win, he actually did he had a really good season in 2016. Now in 2017 he had the same pieces, but unfortunately because of an injury in 2016 he was rattled, so that could also be said. So I do not think he has hit his peak yet. And I believe this season is going to be a great season for the Raiders and also for Derek Carr.
All right, well, I'll just continue with the rest of the fucking team. They still have Josh Jacobs going into his second year. He should have won Rookie of the Year last year, but he didn't, obviously. All right, so here are the receivers. Henry Ruggs, Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards, Zay Jones, top 4. Okay? 2 of them are rookies. One of them is in his second year. And Zay Jones, obviously... Okay, so Derek Carr organized some practices in the spring. And Zay Jones was one of, the big guys there, right? So it's not a surprise that he made the team, and I think he's going to be featured prominently. They still have, obviously, Darren Waller. They brought in Jason Witten. The offensive line is great. Colton Miller needs to take another step up to really solidify it, being left tackle. I love Richie Incognito.
He's a big bully.
That's what makes him an amazing guard.
No, he's a fucking...
My favorite part of last season was when he went after a play, when he was getting up, he fucking just took this guy's helmet and just shoved it into the ground so he could get up. That was my favorite. I loved it. He got a penalty for it, but I was not mad. Rodney Hudson, best center in the league. I'm hard on the Raiders, but for Rodney Hudson, no.
Do you think Rodney Hudson
is the best center in the league?
What about when Travis Frederick played? Jason Kelsey.
I'll take Rodney Hudson over Jason Kelsey.
You don't?
No. You know how hard I am on the Raiders.
Okay, continue.
So this is, yeah.
But Derek Carr is great, right?
Shut the fuck up. Continue.
I don't like Gabe Jackson at right guard. I think he's pretty average. but he's there. Trent Brown is back, but he needs to be healthy. Apparently, he's been having issues. All right, so defense, though. All right, their defense is hella young, and if that's going to be their Achilles heel. If the young players can't produce, the Raiders they're gonna do very poorly.
I don't know why y'all cut Prince
Mukamara because we have other cornerbacks apparently.
Who?
Hold on, we'll get to it. We'll get to
Exactly.
it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
David Worley?
No, hold up. We'll get to it.
He left.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
You don't have Prince Mukamara.
We'll get to it. Let me talk about the defensive line first.
You trade away Garrett Conley. I don't think you have cornerbacks.
Hold up. All right, so we have Clee Farrell. He didn't produce as much as he should have for that early of a first-round pick, right? But I think a big thing was, he had issues with his weight because he had, the flu for, 3 weeks or something. They had moved him inside a little bit to help kind of, cover that position, gap. They brought in Malik Collins to take that place. And obviously he's supposed to be a pretty big thing. Our biggest addition, though, has to be our defensive line coach. Rod Marinelli, apparently one of the best defensive line coaches in the league. Max Crosby, fucking candidate for rookie defensive player of the year last year. I'm expecting him to blow out because he has amazing motor.
Just tell him not to kick Deshaun Watson in the eye next time.
All right, so they have Corey Littleton and Nick Kwiatkowski.
Yeah, I think we're missing a lot on Derek.
Derek Carr had 4,000 yards, right? A big reason why there's issues with Derek Carr and why John Gruden, I believe, has issues with Derek Carr is because of his pocket awareness. He gets jumpy with pressure, right? So when he gets pressure, even a little bit, it won't be real pressure. The guy will be blocked, but if he gets kind of close to him and Derek Carr kind of feels feels it a little bit, he will go through his process a lot quicker and not in a good way. He will go through his reads, but he'll be oh, close, oh, and then he'll throw it to the flat, right? That is not a recipe for success. So he doesn't wait enough. Obviously you don't want to hold on to the ball, right? But obviously, Deshaun Watson has this issue sometimes where he holds on to the ball too much.
Yeah, Dak Prescott does that too.
Derek Carr has a complete opposite where he
I'm pretty sure all the young quarterbacks do that.
All young quarterbacks do that.
But Derek Carr has the complete opposite issue where he doesn't wait enough. So plays can't develop. And even then, when they do, he goes to the flat way too easily, way too quickly.
Well,
and he has his mentality.
For the greatest offensive line, come on. They should be able to hold him.
Exactly. So the thing is, they've been blocked.
That's the problem with the offensive line.
No, it's not.
It's fine. It's fine.
Not.
Just
the offensive line is really strong. As far as their secondary goes, they drafted Damon Arnett, and they have Trayvon Mullen, who's their third round pick from last year, or no, second. I'm sorry. So they're going to be the two starting guys. Trayvon Mullen, started in the middle of last year.
Who's going to be a slot guy?
Amik Robertson, either Amik Robertson or LaMarcus Joyner. And LaMarcus Joyner didn't play well, though, so I'm expecting a big Robertson.
So their three quarterbacks, or projected three quarterbacks,
are a second-year player and two rookies.
You think LaMarcus Joyner is just going to be benched?
No, he's going to be playing safety.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
They have Jonathan Abrams. I love Eric Harris. He was in the Canadian Football League. We brought him in, I think, 2 years ago last year, and he played really well for us. So that's pretty nice. But behind the cornerbacks, we don't really have much. We have Isaiah Johnson. We have Keyshawn Nixon.
So how good is your depth on quarterback?
It's not ideal.
I think the biggest problem with the Raiders is their depth.
Again, I think y'all should have kept Prince Mukamara.
I mean, either we made the biggest mistake by cutting him, or they feel really good about our depth.
But even if they feel good.
Isn't he injured, though? Didn't he get injured?
Yeah, no, he just, the thumb thing.
Oh,
remember?
yeah, right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the Raiders. Anything else you guys want to add?
Hell no. I mean, Derek Carr MVP.
Definitely. What do you think, Zane?
So what do you guys think about the AFC West?
Derek Carr is going to be the MVP.
Who's going to win the division?
So Chiefs are going to win division. I don't know why to say
He said Derek Carr.
The Raiders are going to be second. Broncos gonna be third and Chargers are gonna be fourth.
I think it's gonna be like this. Chargers are gonna be 1 seed. It's gonna be the division that has, how sometimes divisions have 3 playoff teams. They're gonna have 3 playoffs teams. It's gonna be Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, and then Broncos are gonna barely miss out.
But who do you think's gonna win the division?
Win the division? I think it's gonna be the Chargers.
You think the Chargers are gonna be?
I think the Chargers are gonna win. Have you seen the talent on their team?
So you think that Chargers are gonna be the?
Their secondary is insane.
That's true, but I mean,
tell me a team that
even without what's his face, Derwin James, it's still pretty good.
They're true, but I mean, like the Chiefs' offense is way too.
They're 3 cornerbacks. They're 3 cornerbacks. They have the perfect recipe to stop the Chiefs.
I don't know. I just feel like, actually, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say Chiefs are gonna win. Raiders gonna be second. Chargers gonna be third. Broncos gonna be fourth.
Do you think they're gonna have 3 playoff teams though, or 2? Do you think Chargers are going to be good enough to make the playoffs? Tyrod Taylor's made the playoffs with the Bills. He's a good game. He's a really good game manager.
That's true, but
and they have
and he's
a
versatile.
Nice
He's pretty good scarer.
On the outside?
Who? The Chargers?
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams,
and who was the other guy?
They have another. They have Travis Benjamin still, right? No.
Yeah, no, they have.
I think
Hunter.
I don't think the Chargers are gonna be the 1 seed, but I think they'll sneak into a wild card.
Yeah, they don't have much behind Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, but they still have Hunter Henry. What do you?
Oh, I can see the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers making it. The Chargers are gonna sneak in as a wild card, but
you think the Chargers are gonna sneak in? I think Chargers are gonna be 1 seed. I love Tyrod Taylor.
What do you
think he's
Zane?
gonna win the division?
I don't think
the
Tyrod Taylor is gonna be the reason they win the division. I think Tyrod Taylor is a good game managing QB.
But I mean, do you think the Chargers are gonna win the division?
Yeah, I think
over the Chiefs.
Tyrod Taylor is gonna take the Joe Flacco role.
Jesus. Okay, so you're predicting that it's going to be Chargers, number 1 in the division, and then
Chiefs,
and then Raiders, and then Broncos.
Yeah.
What do you say officially?
Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos.
All right. I think it's going to be the Chiefs first. Like the amount of people they're bringing back, like in terms of like their offense and defense, is insane. The continuity is absolutely like out of this world. Other than them, I'll give it to the Chargers, Raiders, and then Broncos.
The hardest thing about a repeat year is the repeat year. You know, you win it once, you win it, but the second year you have to prove your goal is to win it again. You know.
Yeah.
So they have to prove it.
That wasn't a fluke season.
Yeah, or they're gonna be going for the thing, which also is like a gamble, you know. Yeah. They're gonna play all out and risky.
I mean, they should have gotten it the year before, but what's his name messed up for him? What was his name?
Oh, D Ford.
D Ford. Yeah,
he was offsides.
Yeah,
I remember that. He said,
shit.
I was offsides. Yeah, dude, you were lined up with the O line. Oh, was I? I was offsides.
Anyways.
Yeah,
man,
so
D4.
But I think the Chiefs Chargers make the playoffs. The Raiders miss out. Anything else you guys want to add? All right, so thank you for listening to episode 9 of the 3EDIOTS podcast. Check out part 2 of this where we go through week 1 of the NFL season, including obviously Thursday night football, Chiefs and Texans.
4 days, guys. 4 days.
4 days. So. You guys have a good day and stay safe and
good night.
No, not good night.
And good night.
No.
And good night.
Good night.
You guys just love pissing me off.
This podcast was sponsored by Elevated Communications LLC, a company that manages Verizon wireless stores. Right now, go see them at 13513 University Boulevard, Sugar Land, Texas 77479 for great service that has you covered. Go right now and tell them 3EDIOTS podcast sent you, and you will get 10% off accessories.